Welcome to kansanopiston koulun suomen kurssin kieli podcast. And today you are with me, Sam.
And my name is Stanley Amuze. Woman, Swami. Good morning to Finnish people.
Good morning, everybody. Today is a beautiful day. It's not cold and it's not sunny.
Nah, man, it's really cold. Have you been outside lately?
Well, I have. I walked around a little bit in the morning, but it's okay, I think.
Yeah.
At least this weather is better than the...
You mean during the winter period?
Yes.
Okay, that one is, this is better. Especially this Takatarvi, according to Finnish people. Wow. I think that should be the second winter period you'll be experiencing while living in Finland.
How long have you been here for?
Yeah, I've been living here now for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I arrived in 2020 playing football. So, but I got a little bit more injured in 2021, so now I stopped. So now I'm presently a coach in Gebeko and a football player also in Kokkola International, the best football team now in Kokkola, I think.
I heard that's the new team that has just started in Kokkola.
Yeah, they created it for the internationals living in Finland, in Kokkola, but not just international. So anybody can be in it.
Yeah.
Also. So it's like creating a platform, to help the guys who moved to Finland living in Kokkola to be able to have something to do and express themselves in football also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but hey, this podcast, let's look at a few things about Finland and how you look at things here. First of all, how do you look at the services here in Finland? We have the tea office and...
Yeah, for me, I think, before I start, my name is Stanley Amuze. I'm from Nigeria. Okay. So,
and I'm Sam Sozela from Malawi, yes.
Okay, so the thing about the good services about living in Finland, I think is, from my own point of view, I think it has the best services in the whole countries that I've been living in, But the thing is, because the T office and the Finnish government, they created this system that is going to make it easier for those who moved here to Finland to be able to adapt to the system. And especially the T office, if you don't have a job, they create something they call unemployment. They give you some money and they help you, to study the Finnish language, to be able to blend it into the system.
Yeah.
And then after you study learning Finnish language, then you can, either study in ARTicipate to help develop your skills into getting a job that you really are interested in. So I think the services here are pretty, pretty good, in my own opinion.
I think that's a very good point. I also look at it in that way that the services are good, that you come into the country and then they pretty much make you familiar with the system and with the culture and with the locals, as we can say, the people who were born and raised here, in a way that you have to learn their language and understand the language.
Yeah, I take me as example.
I was about to say,
because I was playing football when I moved here in Finland. Like after the injury, I don't even know what to do anymore, because the thing is, I've been playing football since I was 16. So I stopped school when I was in Africa, even though in school there is quite difficult. You know how it is over there. So the thing is, when I stopped playing, I had no idea what next I wanted to do. I don't even know anything in Finnish language. And then I went to the T office and I registered as an unemployed. So now I had the opportunity to study Finnish language now for almost a year and 6 months. Yeah. Jos sinä harua, minä osaan puhua suomen tosi hyvin ja minä ymmärrän paljon suomen kieltä. Mutta nyt tämä on englannin kieli pois, so mä väitän puhua englannin kieli.
Okay, see, now he's showing off that he can speak Finnish.
Yeah, it's really good, man. You can see how important it is,
It's really
okay,
good.
now
it's
I can
really
have
good.
proper conversation with Finnish people.
Yeah.
You understand me? So now I have the opportunity to also go to this ARTicipate. It means like where you go to study any kind of work that you're interested in. You understand me? And you can get a degree in it, because this is something I don't have before, but now I have the opportunity to do it. So I think the services here is quite really impressive, and going to school you have the opportunities to do that. It's quite good.
So let me just ask, from the way of things, now that you understand Finnish,
Yeah.
you speak Finnish with the locals here in Finland, do you still feel like you are part of the system now?
For now, I think I am, because I have a Finnish girlfriend.
Oh,
and I have a baby also who is like Finnish. So the thing is, I think now I feel more comfortable living in Finland, because I'm this kind of person. I don't live in the bad weather. When it's cold, I run away. So for me to be living here in Finland now for 4 years and try to get used to this weather.
I mean, I can imagine. I would think Nigeria is more warmer than.
It's
Finland.
really warm, man. It's really, really warm.
What's the coldest that you get in Nigeria?
Coldest? No, I don't think that. I mean, cold should be like at least max -10, I think. And it's just only the raining time when it's raining. Yeah, we never had any snow before in Finland.
Plus 10, that's the coldest.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Not really cold at all. It's just the rain falling.
That's summer for Finland. You can be eating ice cream in plus 10.
Yeah, they say it's the summer here. Yesterday was 10 plus 10. And the kids were wearing short and armless shirt to come play football. I was wearing my suit. I was wearing my suit. I had to dress well, get ready for the weather.
I can understand.
Yeah.
But now let's look at the food. Because obviously the food is not the same. Like, for example, in Malawi, we don't have all these soups that we have here in Finland. So it's something new, and sometimes you're having lunch and there is milk on the table. To me, that was a bit awkward and a bit new. How is it like for you?
Trust me, I've been like dinner tables and celebration tables, sometimes with my girlfriend's family. Man, there is a lot of milk on the table. Nobody drinks water. I remember the first time I came there, they brought the milk. I asked them, okay, I need water. I was drinking water for like almost 2 times or 2 occasions. And I was like, okay, I just need to try to adapt to them so it doesn't look like I look different from that place. So now I try to drink milk also, but just 1 cup. I can't cross that.
Just 1 cup?
Yeah. And the Finnish food is like, I think it depends on who make the food anyway.
Right.
But in general, the Finnish food are like not really good at all. I think everybody who has been living in Finland here who are not Finnish, they complain about it is basically soup, always with potato. It's like, you have potato inside and meat.
Yeah.
So it's not much. Every food you make, if there is no potato, then the food is not complete.
So the potato is like
it's the main dish.
The main dish.
Yeah, potato is the main dish here in Finland. But what can you do?
What is the main dish in Nigeria?
Oh man, I think the one we have is fufu. Is the most popular one, I think, generally in Africa.
I think Ghana, they also have.
Yeah, I think Ghana has, Senegal has, but they have different ways of making it.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody has different way of making the food.
Right. Is that something you miss?
Yeah, I miss it a lot.
Do you sometimes cook fufu?
Yeah, I do. But the thing is, where we live in Kokkola, we have African shops there. But the stuff you need for making those food, you don't get it like the best ones from the stores.
Yeah.
So the only one they have that is much better is in Pietarsaari.
Okay.
It's a bit longer distance, but I was hoping when my son clocks 2, I'll start making it for him. I need him to be strong.
I was about to ask, has he started eating fufu yet?
No, not yet. When he's 2 years, he will be in July.
In July, okay.
In July, yeah. He should be in 2 months' time.
Shout out to him for turning 2 in July.
Yeah, he'll be eating your fufu soon.
But how do you feel about security? Let's look at it in a way that, like for example, in Malawi, there are certain times you just can't walk around if it's in the night.
Yeah.
And also even during the day, there are certain areas that if you're walking, you should be really careful and you just can't walk alone. You should have at least 2 or 3 friends. How do you look at it on a point of view from Nigeria and then looking at it here in Finland, that you can walk even 12 midnight and there's no one saying, hey, where's your phone? How do you look at it?
To me, I wouldn't lie. When you come to the difference between the Finnish security and in Nigeria, I think the Finnish security is way far better than here. Because sometimes I keep wondering, because for example, in Nigeria, we kids, when it's 5 o'clock in the evening, you need to be home.
Yeah.
Either you're home or you can be in a place where your parents can see you.
Yeah.
But here in Finland, at between 10, 11, and 12, I see kids like walking freely on the streets. You know, that shows you the sense of security they have here, because they are very sure they are secure. Nothing bad is going to happen to them. So when kids can be able to do such thing like this, it's pretty good. The parents are not much worried about their kids going out late in the night sometimes. Not really late, but it's really good. I think I've lived in Italy, you know, like sometimes when you're walking around and the police see you, you're more like a suspect, and because of the color of the skin, but I wouldn't say. But here in Finland, I've been living here, there hasn't been anything much about it, you know. The security system here is very impressive. I really like. If I could change anything in Africa, this is the kind of security assurance I would like to take from here back home. Because I think I'm living here, but sometimes I'm scared of my family, you know, living back home, because you know how the systems are, you know how the things are. Even sometimes the police who are supposed to like protect you, you are even more scared of them than the people who are going to hurt you outside. So, I think the security system here in Finland is numero uno in Italian language.
Numero uno. Well, that's quite interesting to hear, you know, because sometimes we might look at it in a way that we would think that maybe when you are back home and you've not moved out and seen the other parts of the world, you might think maybe we have the best security, but when you move into a different location, then you realize that I think our security is not tight, because this is tighter than them. But it's good. It's good. What in the 4 years, what has been outstanding for you? What do you think has been the best thing? Have you lived elsewhere apart from Kokkola?
Yeah, I lived in Pietarsaari. That was the first place I lived officially before I moved to Kokkola. Yeah. So I mean, the most outstanding stuff in Finland is when I was playing football, for example, there is like what they call a lot of racism. You know, when it comes to football, there is a lot of it, but it's something I didn't see much while playing in Finland. Even up till now, I see the kids, they get along with, it doesn't matter the skin color, you know, they try to get along as much as they could with the other guys and try to make them feel secure, you know. So I think the understanding is you get to live freely here in Finland. You don't need to be scared of anything. At least you get to express your own opinion sometimes when it needs to be, you know. And and I think the people in Finland also, like, if you don't disturb them, they don't disturb you. So everybody's like on their own. So you don't have time to start fighting with someone or have an issue, because everybody's minding their business. It's not like in Africa where people meddle inside everything you're doing.
True. The next question would be, do you know all your neighbors? Because this is another thing that is not common in Africa. In Africa, you get to know your neighbors living 15 blocks away from you. But here in Finland, 2 doors away from you, 1 door away from you, you don't even know who they are. Do you know your neighbors?
The most funny thing is this: when they are coming out and you are coming out also, the next thing you're going to hear is dim, the door closes. It's your neighbor running away from you because they don't want to see you. It happened twice in my building. But I saw the guy. I was quick to come out because I was trying to run away from my son, because he knows I'm going out, so I need to go out quickly. So I had the door open. Immediately I come out, I saw the guy. The guy went inside and closed the door. I was laughing. I was like laughing till I get out of the building there. It was so funny. I think in my own building, I think I know only one family.
Right.
Yeah, because their grandson plays football also.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes
So you understand the language.
Yeah.
There is common ground.
And I think he's like one of the owners in the building there. So the guy and he likes my son a lot. They like talking to my son sometimes and everything. So I think they are the only ones I know in the building. The other ones, like you see them suddenly, you know, they just say hi, and that's all. There's no more conversation.
In Nigeria, how many of your neighbors did you know?
Man, how many
Even
neighbors?
the whole village.
The whole village, man. You know everybody.
The whole Keski-Pohjanmaan.
I'm telling you, if it's in Kokkola, like for example, you know almost everybody living there because everybody are close, and then someone will just come to your house, open the door, and walk inside.
Yeah.
Because they are like freely.
Yeah.
They expect you to do the same when you come to their house. You understand me? So like it's quite different here in Finland. you can't do that.
That was also one of the weirdest things that when I came, I tried to speak to a lot of people, but then I realized nobody wanted to speak.
No, they don't talk to you.
Apparently I heard during the Corona times that when the whole system was like you have to stay 2 meters away from each other.
Yeah.
Even Finnish people were complaining to say, why so close? That's too close. 2 meters, that's too close.
My first experience was coming into Finland the first time. I had no idea about this.
Yeah.
So I was using the train. No, sorry, the bus.
Yeah.
There is a lot of space in the bus.
Yeah.
But people prefer to stand and sit next to anyone in the bus. It was quite funny, man, really. Until when I lived a long time, then I heard about this. I said, okay. Now I understand it.
So talking about the first time, how was the experience like for you the first winter? Because I know you were in Italy and some other places.
Yeah, I was living in Italy
it's
and
not as cold.
No, it wasn't.
Like
it wasn't
Finland.
as cold as it was in Finland. The thing is, before I moved to Finland, I heard the name Finland only once.
Yeah.
I have no idea Finland
Right.
existed. I have heard about it only one time from one of my friends who played here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I arrived, it was during March period, so the snow was like melting away. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I came, I was in the hotel where they put me. So I was supposed to go to training the first day. I came outside so I can get the car. Immediately I came out, man, the wind and the cold. I ran back again, back to the reception. I stayed there, I waited. I went upstairs and found my 2 jackets I knew. I had to put them on. But the first normal winter was here in Kokkola when I moved here.
Yeah.
Oh my, I had training one time. I didn't know it was -30 that day.
Oof.
I dressed up and I went outside. I couldn't even breathe. Man, the weather was so cold.
Yeah. I can understand. I have been there. I know the feeling. Oh,
yeah, that's why
I
then
know the feeling.
During winter period after training, I go home. I don't go anywhere anymore till the next day. Stay away from that.
So if there was anything that you would want to bring from Nigeria, what would be the first thing? Give me 2 things.
Fufu.
Food.
Yeah.
So that's how much you like your food.
We need to feed some Finnish guys this kind of food. They need to see how strong it makes us look like when we eat it. Yeah, I'm joking. Your foods are good though, but fufu is the best one. And then the weather.
Right.
Yeah. Should bring the weather and change. If I can change this winter and switch it a little bit, I'll bring the weather from Africa to this place.
That's
It'll be really fun.
Same thing that I would love to have, man.
Nobody stays indoor. Everybody will be outside enjoying the good weather.
But also, I think the other thing that I would want to have is the friendliness, because there's a little bit of, I don't know if I can call it shy, that people are shy to speak, or they're afraid to speak English, or...
Nah, they can speak English. They just scared to speak. Yeah. I think that is the problem. I think the Finnish guys, from what I understand, as a coach now, I try to find out about it. They hate meeting strange people. They don't like meeting new people. Okay. It's something I noticed about it, because in my team there was a guy who came to play.
Yeah.
He came from Ylivieska to the team, to join the team. And the guys there has been playing together for almost since they were kids. They know each other. Yeah. The guy left the team after a month because he couldn't make friends with the guys there.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Even though he's been living in Finland here all his life and speaks really good Finnish, but it was difficult for him to even blend in with the kids. You understand? It's the same thing with the adults also.
Yeah.
So the only place I know you can just go in and someone starts speaking to you for no reason is the bar. Especially the younger ones, when they drink a lot.
Yeah, they
can have conversation for 2 hours in English language without knowing they're speaking English.
I have some guys that on a regular basis, they don't speak English at all.
Yeah.
Once they get drunk, they speak a lot of English, and I'm like, man, where has this English been?
We had a celebration in my girlfriend's family house. I know the mom and the dad.
Yeah.
They understand a bit of English, but they don't speak at all. So that day we were like having so much fun. My girlfriend's mom and dad were speaking English like they are English speaking people. When they were speaking, my girlfriend was like, surprised. Like, how are they speaking? Like, but trust me, the next day they couldn't speak English anymore. But it's quite fun. It's so good. Like, I think sometimes like they feel free. I don't know how, but if it would be better for them to like be the same way.
Yeah.
When they are sober. You don't have to get drunk to be able to. That is the difference between here and Africa. For me, it's easier for me to like see a new person who just came into town and I can have conversation with them easily,
Yeah.
But it's so difficult for Finnish person to have that kind of personality that I have, I can like see someone new. I just try to make them feel comfortable, not feel like they are strangers at all. So like try to make them like feel at home a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody needs that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, sometimes people get to go like how do you say, like depressive zones or like, giving up about something because when they arrive somewhere and they feel like they are total strangers there, they don't belong or anything, like they start giving up and then that's when you start getting these introverts and they start staying indoors instead of coming outside all the time. So if it's possible, like when someone arrives, like if it's possible, I know it's hard. It's been like this all these years before we came here. So if they try to open up a little bit, I think they will get to understand the kind of person they are. So I think.
But hey, it has been really nice having a little bit of a chat with you.
And you too. It has been a very good conversation, but we have limited time.
Well, unfortunately, we have limited time.
So,
I wish
hopefully next time we can get more time. We have a lot of stuff
I hope we could dig more.
We would discuss, and especially trying to, we've been living here for a long time, like try a way to like explain to those who already moved here how they would be able to adapt to the system and living in Finland, because it's really important. You need to understand when you move from your country, it's different system, and when you move to here in Finland, there are certain ways, especially trying to meet people and trying to understand the culture of it. But that will be from the next time when we have the podcast, hopefully.
Let's see.
We'll see how it goes.
You never know. Do you want to say any last words in Finnish? Or
so that
people understand that you've been studying Finnish for 2 years.
Riippuvat mikä kysymys sinä haluaa kysyä.
No, like if you just in general, like do you want to wish people some good summer or
good summer,
good year? Or
there is never a good summer in Finland, but 2 days ago we had like almost 26 degrees and today we are like in 10.
I know.
Yeah,
but like happy holidays and everything.
Paljon onnea kaikille. I want you guys to have hyvä kesä, hyvä loma, ja syö paljon ruokaa. Eat a lot of food,
Ja nukkuu paljon.
And sä voi nukkua pitkä aika nyt. Ja sitten nähdään ensi kerta, joo?
Kyllä.
Hei, moi kaikille. Mun nimi on Stanley.
Well, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure having a chat with you, and this is the end of the program today.
All right, bye everyone. Bye-bye.